Have you ever seen siblings go from close childhood best friends to barely speaking over inheritance disputes? It happens more often than you think. Dealing with an inheritance can bring up deep emotions, unspoken grievances, and sometimes outright conflict. If you're trying to navigate inheritance disputes between siblings, I'm going to go over some of the common causes, tips to prevent or manage disputes, as well as some resolution strategies that I have seen that work pretty well. Inheriting a home, money, or other assets isn't just about numbers on a paper. It's about legacy, memories, and sometimes unresolved family tensions. When emotions run high, even small disagreements can escalate into major rifts. Feelings of favoritism, betrayal, and grief all play a role. And unfortunately, when emotions drive decisions, things can get messy fast. Toxic sibling dynamics can make these situations even worse, leading to deep and lasting resentment. So what are the most common causes of inheritance disputes between siblings? If one sibling receives more than the other, it can cause resentment, even if there was a valid reason for the decision. One sibling may desperately need the money, while another sibling sees the inheritance as more of a bonus rather than a necessity. There may be wounds. One sibling may feel another sibling got more attention growing up. One sibling may be perceived as the favorite. All of these things can resurface during the inheritance process. When there's secrecy around estate planning, it can sometimes breed suspicion and conflict. The good news, a lot of these conflicts can be avoided or at least managed with open communication. And here are 3 key strategies to promote transparency and to minimize disputes. First is to start the conversation early. When parents are able to talk about their estate plans ahead of time with their children, it helps put a lot of conflict to rest. For the most part, children want to honor their parents' wishes, and I've seen that it helps when the children know ahead of time what these wishes were. The second is to set clear expectations. If there are specific reasons for asset distribution, explaining them ahead of time can sometimes prevent misunderstandings. For example, one child may get dad's guitar because they expressed an interest in taking guitar lessons, or one child may get grandma's pie plate because they enjoy hosting the holiday get-togethers. Setting clear expectations also includes having a will that clearly defines a parent's wishes and makes it easy for everyone to follow. The third strategy to promote transparency is to use a neutral third party. An attorney who specializes in estate planning can really help to facilitate discussions and ensure fair decision making. A good attorney asks the hard if then type questions that help with planning. A solid estate plan is one of the best ways to prevent inheritance conflict. So let's break down the key estate planning tools. A will. This is the most basic tool, but they can be contested if not structured properly. A trust provides more control over asset distribution and it helps avoid probate. Beneficiary designations ensure assets like life insurance or retirement accounts go directly to the intended person. If you're not sure how to navigate estate planning, seeking professional advice is essential. Attorneys, estate planners, and financial advisors can help create a plan that is tailored to your family's needs, helping to prevent legal battles down the road. But what if the damage is already done and siblings are in a full-blown dispute? Here are 3 legal options to resolve inheritance disputes between siblings. First is mediation. This is where a neutral third party is hired to help siblings reach an agreement without going to court. Each party presents their facts and grievances to the mediator. The mediator takes notes and listens, and then the mediator presents a resolution. The parties have an opportunity to agree or discuss further, and then the mediator presents their resolution to the court, where a judge may make a decision relying on what the mediator reported. The second legal option is arbitration, and this is a legally binding process where an arbitrator makes the final decision. And the third legal option is usually a last resort because it's costly, time-consuming, and emotionally draining. It's a lawsuit that leads to court proceedings. We have all heard about high-profile cases going to court over inheritance disputes, and I'll tell you, I have only known this to drain the estate or the heirs of funds paying attorney and court fees. Whenever possible, try to find common ground. If you're in a dispute with your sibling over an inheritance, finding common ground may help create a foundation for the resolution that you're seeking. Maintaining healthy family relationships is more important than any inheritance itself. So how can you prevent toxic sibling dynamics after a parent's death from turning into full-blown legal disputes? Here are a few tips. Hold family meetings. Regular conversations about estate planning can help set clear expectations. It sounds a little corny, but sometimes it helps to have a written outline of what needs to be accomplished during the meeting, like a meeting agenda that helps keep everything on point. Put any agreements in writing. It's important to document even the informal agreements. And practice forgiveness. It's easy to hold grudges, but prioritizing family harmony over money and inheritance can lead to healing. At the end of the day, inheritance is temporary, but family relationships last a lifetime. If your family is struggling, professional counseling, therapy, or mediation can help rebuild that trust. Every family situation is unique, but one thing remains the same. Inheritance doesn't have to tear families apart. With clear planning, open communication, and a focus on family over finances, you can navigate this process with less stress and more peace. If you found this video to be helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more insights on inheritance, estate planning, and real estate. And if you have any personal experiences or questions about inheritance disputes between siblings and helpful ways you were able to resolve them, drop them in the comments below because I would love to hear from you. I'll see you in the next video.